Behold, the dawn doth break o'er yonder vast chasm, as the sun ascends, casting its golden rays upon the mighty Grand Canyon, a spectacle most divine. Good morrow, dear companions, and hearken to the call of Senior Health Star, thy cherished haven for flourishing existence in our resplendent years. If thou art a newcomer to this realm, press yon subscribe button, and sound the bell, that thou mayest join our fellowship of elders flourishing in health and mirth. Today, we embark upon a noble quest, a heartfelt odyssey with Senior Health, to unveil the finest vegetables that shall enhance the vigor of thy heart. Imagine, if thou wilt, the heart, that wondrous muscle, thumping 100,000 times each day, guiding us through the grand escapades of existence. Yet for us of seasoned years, to maintain our vigor, is of utmost import. Lo, heart disease doth reign, as the foremost harbinger of death, across the globe, striking with cruel swiftness every 30 seconds, as a heart doth falter in its beat. Yet, within nature's generous embrace, doth lie a glimmer of hope, vegetables and remedies from the earth, that may purify our vessels, temper the tumult of blood, and restore us with tender care. Come hither, as we embark upon a journey, from the gentle slopes of fair Tuscany, to the tranquil shores of Okinawa, where we shall unveil the finest of vegetables, and remedies most wholesome, to soothe thy heart. Let us embark upon a journey, where breathtaking vistas and tales of inspiration shall beckon thee, to embrace the fullest measure of thy existence. Mine appellation is Clara Thompson, and as many amongst you, I have beheld the vicissitudes of existence, both exalted and abased. At the age of 67, I have come to know, that within our hearts doth reside, more than mere blood, they encompass our tales, our affections, our aspirations. Yet, behold the verity, the malady of the heart, doth not always proclaim its presence. Atherosclerosis, that cunning accumulation of plaque, within our vessels, doth stealthily advance, obstructing the flow of life's essence, until the fateful moment of a heart's lament arrives. Research doth reveal, that nearly half of those afflicted with heart's malady remain unaware of their peril, until the hour is nigh, too late to alter their fate. Lo! The burden of high blood pressure, the scourge of inflammation, and the frailty of heart muscles, wrought by years of idleness, doth weigh heavily upon us, particularly in our autumnal years. Yet, lo! Nature doth extend unto us a lifeline, vegetables, brimming with the essence of health, to cleanse the arteries, diminish the burden of cholesterol, and assuage the flames of inflammation, accompanied by tender healing arts, crafted for the venerable form. Today, we shall embark upon a journey, to unveil the finest vegetables, for the well-being of thine heart, in the realm of Senior Health. And remedies from nature, to sustain thy vigor. Let us embark upon this grand odyssey, with a heart full of hope, and a solemn vow to cherish our souls. In the fair bosom of Tuscany, where the fragrant breath of rosemary doth mingle with the rich embrace of the earth, I chanced upon an octogenarian farmer, by the name of Giovanni. His hands, worn by the passage of many a season spent in the toil of the earth, did grasp a precious bounty, garlic. This fragrant bulb, a foundation of the Mediterranean feast, doth serve as a true companion to the heart. When thou dost crush or chop this noble bulb, there doth arise a bioactive essence, known as allicin, which unleashes sulfurous compounds that wage war against inflammation and the scourge of oxidative stress, those treacherous foes of the heart's well-being. Studies dost reveal that garlic hath the power to lower blood pressure by the means of stimulating nitric oxide, thus relaxing the vessels of blood for a more harmonious flow. It doth also diminish LDL cholesterol, the ill-favored sort, by as much as 10%, thus retarding the accretion of plaque within the arteries. Giovanni doth swear, by the addition of fresh garlic to his pasta sauces and soups, a custom he doth credit for his vigor and vitality. For those of advanced years, the noble garlic doth possess properties, that thin the blood, thus warding off the formation of clots, yet, shouldst thou be under the care, of anticoagulants, it is wise to consult thy physician. Consider dicing a clove, to grace thy salad, or roasting it to unveil, a gentler essence. In fair Tuscany, 'tis oft declared, that garlic doth embody love, for the heart, and I hold this truth, to be self-evident. In the lively tumult of a Moroccan bazaar, I chanced upon Fatima, a venerable vendor of 15 years, whose mirth did shine, as brilliantly as her ripened tomatoes. These luscious orbs, oft misjudged as mere vegetables, dost possess the might, to safeguard the heart, for within them lies lycopene, a most potent antioxidant, that bestows upon them, their crimson visage. Lycopene doth neutralize the free radicals, thus diminishing inflammation, and the wicked LDL cholesterol, aiding in the prevention, of atherosclerosis. Studies dost reveal, that diets abundant in lycopene, may bestow upon women, a fortuitous reduction, in the peril of heart attacks, ranging from 11 to 32%. Tomatoes dost also bear, potassium's gentle grace, which doth ease the burden, of blood pressure, by balancing the salt's cruel hand, a boon most vital, for the elder folk, who oft find themselves beset, by the scourge of hypertension. Fair Fatima doth blend ripe tomatoes, into savory tagenes, or partake of them fresh, drizzled with olive oil, enhancing the absorption, of lycopene's bounty. For those of advanced years, the humble tomato doth prove gentle, upon the digestive realm, consider them in thy smoothies, or savory broths. What dost thou suppose, be the hidden truth of Fatima? A daily repast of tomatoes, adorned with a whisper of cumin, doth keep her heart, as vibrant as her soul's own mirth. Incorporate yon tomatoes, into thy repast, and allow their vibrant hue, to illuminate thy dish, and enhance thy well-being. Upon the lofty heights of the Andes, I chanced upon Rosa, a venerable matron, of the Quechua, whose verdant garden flourisheth, with the bounty of spinach. This verdant leaf, a guardian of the heart, doth abound in nitrates, that transform into nitric oxide, soothing the vessels of blood, and tempering the pressure therein. A tome of knowledge, within the Journal of Nutrition, hath revealed that the verdant spinach, doth significantly diminish, both systolic and diastolic pressures. Lo! The potassium, a noble 600 milligrams, within 2/3 of a cup, doth counteract the sodium, a substance most vital, for our elder kin, whose arteries grow stiff, with the passage of time. Antioxidants, such as lutein and quercetin, do valiantly combat, the scourge of oxidative stress, thus safeguarding the health, of our noble arteries. Rosa doth steam the verdant spinach with quinoa or blendeth it into hearty soups, a custom she declareth, doth fortify her heart, for the lofty mountain treks. For those of advanced years, the verdant spinach, rich in vitamin K, may influence the efficacy, of blood thinners, thus, it is wise, to seek counsel from thy physician. Its fibers dost aid, in the control of cholesterol, most fitting for the digestive systems, of those in their later years. Consider the verdant spinach, blended in the morn's elixir, or gently sautéed, with the fragrant kiss of garlic. What wisdom doth Rosa possess? Nourish thy heart, with verdant fare, and it shall bear thee far, upon thy journey. In a quaint Bavarian hamlet, I found myself in the company of Hans and Greta, both seasoned in their years, as we did engage, in the noble task, of slicing crimson cabbage, for a cherished family recipe. This lively vegetable, scarce in calories, yet abundant in nourishment, doth possess anthocyanins, flavonoid antioxidants, 4.5 times more potent, than those found in verdant cabbage. These compounds doth diminish inflammation, and lessen the peril, of heart's assault, by a measure of 11 to 32%, as revealed by studies. The fiber of the red cabbage, doth cleave the cholesterol, whilst potassium doth uphold, the healthful pressure of the blood, a matter of great import, for the elder folk. Hans doth add it to the sauerkraut, whilst fair Greta doth delight, in its raw form amidst salads, for the delightful crunch it bestows. For those of venerable years, the essence of vitamin C, bestowing upon them a boon, of immunity at 56%, of their daily need per cup, doth also offer gentle fibers, to assist in the noble art, of digestion. Consider, if thou wilt, to rend it into slaws, or to roast it alongside apples, that their flavors may entwine, in harmonious delight. Hans didst impart a saying, a heart of purple hue, is a heart of great strength. Let the crimson cabbage, bestow upon thy repast, both hue and fortitude. In the verdant fields of Thailand, amidst the gentle sway, of rice paddies, I chanced upon an octogenarian, who cultivates the fiery chili peppers, with a passion most fervent. Lo! The active essence, known as capsaicin, doth foster the widening of vessels, enhancing the flow of life's vital currents, and alleviating the burdens, upon the heart. A study from the esteemed Journal of the American College of Cardiology, hath revealed that partaking of chilies, on 4 occasions each week, doth reduce the mortality, wrought by heart disease, by a notable 34%. Capsaicin doth lower, the foul LDL cholesterol, and doth combat inflammation, thus safeguarding the venerable arteries, of the aged. Lo! My doth sprinkle chilies, into her curries, yet she doth counsel moderation, lest one suffer the pangs, of an upset stomach, an essential wisdom, for the aged digestive constitution. For those of advanced years, chilies may lend a zestful touch, to broths or stir-fried dishes, gently invigorating the metabolism. What counsel dost thou seek, from fair Mai? Combine fiery chilies, with the gentle embrace, of cooling yogurt, to quell the searing blaze. Her vigor doth reveal, that chilies do kindle, more than mere flavor, they enkindle the well-being, of the heart. In fair England's Cotswolds, I chanced upon Margaret, a gardener of 27 years, whose broccoli doth flourish, in perpetual bloom. This verdant treasure, abundant in antioxidants, and fiber, 5 g per cup, doth diminish inflammation and cholesterol, a boon most essential, for the hearts of our venerable elders. Potassium and magnesium, dost govern the pressure of blood, and the rhythm of the heart, whilst studies reveal, that cruciferous vegetables, such as broccoli, do lessen the calcification of arteries, thereby diminishing the peril, of a heart's untimely attack. Margaret doth roast the broccoli, with a zest of lemon, or dost incorporate it into casseroles, maintaining her heart's steadiness, for her daily perambulations. For those of advanced years, the gentle taste of broccoli, doth cater to delicate tongues, endeavor to savor it steamed, or within the comforting embrace, of soups. What counsel dost thou seek, from Margaret? Nurture thy heart, with verdant strength. Let broccoli be thy steadfast companion, in the art of vibrant aging. Upon a verdant New Zealand farm, I chanced upon Tane, a venerable Maori farmer of 16 years, whose pumpkins doth embody, a cherished family tradition. Rich in potassium, a noble 16% of daily value, per cup, pumpkins doth lower blood pressure, a matter most critical, for our esteemed elders. Lo! Beta-carotene, a noble antioxidant, doth thwart the oxidation of LDL, thus preserving the flexibility, of arteries. Seeds of the pumpkin, abundant in magnesium's grace, dost nurture the heart's cadence, and quell the fires of inflammation. Tane doth roast the pumpkins, for savory soups, and toasts the seeds for delightful snacks, attributing to them, the vigor of his spirit. For those of advanced years, the tender flesh of the pumpkin, doth lend itself to gentle digestion, be it in a smooth puree, or nestled within a pie's embrace. Lo! Tane doth impart his sage counsel, a heart aglow, doth cherish a pumpkin of warmth. Bring forth this seasonal delight, to grace thy table, a boon for the heart's well-being. Now, let us discourse upon the art of healing that transcends mere sustenance, natural remedies, bespoke for us venerable souls, to tenderly nurture our hearts. In fair Okinawa, where the aged do flourish, I hath gleaned the might of a life most whole and harmonious. First and foremost, the sustenance of the body doth hold the utmost significance. Beyond our 7 verdant delights, let us turn our gaze to the noble soluble fiber, found in oats, apples, and beans, 20 to 30 grams each day, doth bind the cholesterol, thus diminishing the wicked LDL, as the learned studies do affirm. Lo! The noble omega-3s, bestowed by wild salmon, or the humble chia seeds, do elevate the good HDL, rendering the ill-fated LDL, less perilous. Vitamins of the fat-soluble kind, such as A, D, E, and K, drawn from the liver, or the verdant kale, do fortify the arteries, with their noble essence. Lo! Vitamin K2, a treasure found in the fermented natto, or in the form of supplements, doth bestow upon us a measure of 100 mcg per 1000 IU of D3. It doth clear the calcium from our arteries, a boon most essential for the elder folk, beset by the hardening of their vessels. To keep our heart's noble muscle robust, we must engage in the art of exercise. Strive, dear heart, for a span of 150 minutes each week, engaging in gentle pursuits of the body, be it a brisk promenade through the verdant Tuileries of Paris, or a serene swim amidst the azure waves of Santorini's shores. Twice each week, the noble art of strength training, akin to the gentle resistance of bands in a verdant Colorado park, doth elevate the metabolism and fortify the heart's resolve. Each day's promenade, akin to those upon the rugged cliffs of fair Ireland, doth lower the pressure of the blood, and release the noble nitric oxide, when one doth breathe through the nose, thus widening the arteries, with grace. Slumber, a venerable sage's most potent armament. In the span of 7 hours, each night, as counseled by the esteemed CDC, doth one find balance, for the nervous system, thus tempering the tumultuous surges of blood pressure, wrought by stress. In Iceland's tranquil fjords, I did discover that spectacles to shield from azure light, and chambers kept at a temperate 65 degrees, do indeed elevate the quality of slumber, thus diminishing the peril of a heart's untimely demise. In bonds of kinship, the heart doth find its solace, mending wounds of the spirit. In fair Sardinia, where bonds of kinship flourish, the studies of blue zones reveal that such strong connections doth prolong life, and diminish the scourge of heart's afflictions. Partake in a gathering of tomes in fair Boston, or lend thy hand to a garden in Cape Town. Such acts of gratitude and purpose does diminish the burdens of cortisol, soothing the weary heart. For those of advanced years, remedies wrought by nature, such as magnesium, 400 mg daily, be it from the verdant spinach, or from supplements, doth soothe the vessels of blood, and lend strength to the heart's contractions. Lo! The practice of fasting, wherein one doth partake of sustenance, within the span of 8 hours, doth lessen the burden of visceral fat, a perilous threat to the hearts of those advanced in years. Steer clear of those foods that inflame the body, such as the treacherous trans fats, found in fast fare, and the sugary temptations, for they do tarnish the noble LDL, and wreak havoc upon the vessels, as hath been observed, in the afflictions of the heart, linked to diabetes. Quench thy thirst, with a daily draught, of 20 to 32 ounces, of mineral-laden water, enriched with Himalayan salt, to bestow upon thee the trace minerals, thus ensuring thy blood doth flow with grace. At last, let us elevate the essence of nitric oxide, in a manner most natural. Cease thy use of antiseptic mouthwash, for it doth slay the bacteria upon thy tongue, that conjure this gas, which doth widen the arteries. Hark! The gentle hum, as oft performed, in the sacred retreats of Indian yoga, doth likewise stir the essence, of nitric oxide within. Partake of beets and celery, rich in nitrates embrace, pressed in a Californian kitchen's warmth, to gently elevate the flow, of thy circulation. These remedies, born of nature's grace, do honor our aging forms, bestowing upon us hope, and vigor anew. In fair Rio, I chanced upon Sophia, aged 79, who, by the grace of fortitude, did conquer a heart's disquietude, through the embrace of garlic, spinach, and the daily promenade, upon the sands of Copacabana beach. What doth she conceal? In merry company, laughter doth serve as a balm, for the heart, a tonic most divine. In the fair Paro valley of Bhutan, I chanced upon Tenzin, aged 81, who doth attribute his unwavering pulse, to the humble pumpkin soups, and the tranquil art of meditation. These venerable souls, dost remind us, our hearts, steadfast and true, do yearn for nature's bounteous gifts, and the warmth of human kinship. As I repose in the fair city of Savannah, pondering upon the odyssey, of mine own heart's well-being, I am reminded of an era, when the weight of stress, and the allure of processed fare, didst cloud my vigor. At the age of 60, I did encounter the burden, of high cholesterol, yet low. The humble garlic, the noble broccoli, and the gentle morning strolls, did transform my existence. Mine physician, in wonderment, did marvel at the notable elevation, of mine blood pressure, and the decline of mine LDL levels. Thou mayest commence with humble steps, introduce a tomato to thy repast, stroll for a score of minutes, embrace a cherished soul. We have roamed the vast expanse, of this earthly realm, from the fragrant fields of garlic, in fair Tuscany, to the bounteous patches of pumpkin, in distant New Zealand, unearthing the finest vegetables, for the health of our venerable hearts. Garlic, tomatoes, spinach, red cabbage, chili peppers, broccoli, and pumpkin. Joined with the gentle arts of nature, such as the mineral magnesium, the sacred practice of fasting, and the bonds of kinship, they stand as steadfast companions, in the pursuit of a lively, and flourishing age. Though heart disease may lurk in silence, we raise our voices with hope, wisdom, and the bounteous gifts, of nature. What dost thou hold, as thy favored vegetable, or counsel for the well-being, of the heart? Partake in the discourse below, each word doth reach mine eyes. If this voyage hath stirred thy spirit, prithee, share, and subscribe, to Senior Health Star. Strike yon bell, that thou mayest ne'er forego, a single moving picture. Let us entwine our hearts, in steadfast rhythm, united, through these resplendent years. Maintain thy health, keep thy bonds strong, and I shall meet thee, in the next grand escapade.